Sunnah protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnah protectors of the Sunnah.
And by the way, guys, this is session number 17 of the angels. I did post up yesterday's lecture on YouTube, and I did post up yesterday's hadith class and the day before. So I was busy all morning getting my knee cracked and trying to do the website to keep my mind off of depression. Because I'm gonna tell you guys, the best way to combat depression is remembrance of Allah. If you guys are fighting depression in your life, like I am fighting right now, how do you overcome depression? You don't need a psychiatrist to tell you. You overcome depression the way the prophet said, by keeping your mind off of it and putting it on remembrance of Allah, keeping yourself busy, doing PowerPoint for this class like I've been doing, and making the videos and blah, blah, blue to keep your mind off of what Shaitan wants you to do, which is go into that dark place. Okay, so this is session number 17, not 16. We're going to give the dalil as to why the human beings are of a higher status than the angels, despite the fact that the angels have more powers. Well, and by the way, guys, like the Imam in New York was saying to me in his email, people have always argued as to who is more superior. This argument about the angels and man has been going on since the time of the companions. We have Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. For those of you who don't know, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz became a caliphate over the Muslims. He's the grandson of Umar. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz is the grandson of Umar, and he became a caliph, the leader over the Muslims. One day he was sitting with a group, and I thank the Imam for this hadith. The Imam sent me this. He was sitting with a group of other Muslims, and they were talking about who's more superior. And he said, there is no one who is dearer to Allah than the righteous believers amongst the son of Adam. And he gave the evidence, this verse of the Quran, where Allah says, in the interpretation of the meaning, verily those who believe in the oneness of Allah and in his prophet Muhammad, and who do all the obligations commanded by Islam, and who do good deeds, they are the best of all the creation. So this is the evidence that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the grandson of Umar, gave when they were debating as to who is the more superior, humans or angels. And after Umar gave this evidence, he asked another of the Tabi'in, Umayyah. Who was Umayyah? Umayyah ibn Amir ibn Sa'id. He was the son of Ibn Sa'id, who was another great companion, just like Umar was. Umayyah agreed with him. But Arak ibn Malik, the son of Malik, disagreed. He said, there is no one more dearer to Allah than his angels. And he gave his evidence, this verse of the Quran, where Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, Shaitan said, your Lord did not forbid you this tree, save you become an angel or an immortal. He used this verse as the evidence that the angels are more superior. So then the Tabi'in began to argue amongst themselves as to who was correct. And then finally, another one of the Tabi'in, Muhammad ibn Ka'b al-Qurazi, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz asked him, what do you think? And he put this argument to cease. He said, Allah, the simple fact that after Allah created Adam, he created him with his own hand, and he breathed into him the soul. And the fact that after doing that, Allah made the angels prostrate to him, that is the proof that man is more superior, because we don't prostrate before anyone but Allah. And he also said the simple fact that all the prophets and messengers came from man, is more proof that man is more superior than angels. And when he gave this statement, that's when Umar ibn Abdul Aziz agreed and said this case is settled. So the correct answer, guys, and I want you guys to remember it, because I didn't know that there were Muslims today still debating this. But the Imam in New York told me that that many Muslims really debate this. Well, I want you guys to know it should not be a debate. The simple fact that Allah commanded the angels to prostrate is what better proof is that? Okay, he did not tell Adam to prostrate to the angels. And now what I want to do is give more evidence. I want to bring forth more evidence. And I want to thank the Imam for sharing these hadiths with me. I want to thank the Imam for sharing that hadith with me and those verses of the Quran. Now, this is what I did on my own. I want you guys to know that not all of mankind is superior over the angels. Only the true believers are. And what's a true believer? That's a person that not only declares La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, but he or she also is practicing this religion. As Allah said in that verse of the Quran, they're fulfilling all obligations. If you are not wearing a hijab, for an example, if you don't have a beard, for an example, if you're not praying, if you're not dressing correctly, if you don't fast Ramadan, if you're not supporting your family and you a man, if you're not fulfilling the obligations Allah has imposed upon you, then you are not better than an angel. Only those humans who believe in Allah and who fulfill their obligations. Unbelievers and hypocrites do not fall in this. In fact, Allah himself says that the unbelievers and the hypocrites, they are worse than animals. So you're not on the level of an angel. You're not better than an angel. You're worse than an animal. And where's the verse of the Quran? Allah says they are like cattle. In fact, they're even worse. So I want you guys to remember that for the quiz. Not all humans are more superior than the angels. Only the true believers. And how do we define the believers? Allah defines the believers as people who not only say they believe La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, but they practice this religion too. If you ain't practicing, you don't fall in that. And so now I'm going to bring forth the reasons as to why the righteous believers are more superior over the angels. Well, as the companion said, the simple fact that Allah commanded the angels to prostrate, that's the number one proof. Remember, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, remember when we told the angels prostrate before Adam, and they prostrated except for Iblis. He was one of the jinn. He refused and he was proud. So that shows that not only are human beings more superior than angels, but they're also more superior than the jinn too. And we're going to talk about the jinn starting tomorrow, inshallah. Also, the fact that Allah created Adam with his own hands. Allah did not create the angels with his hand. Allah created them with his word. What does that mean? Well, when Allah created the angels, he just simply said be. He created them from light and said be. He didn't do like he did with Adam with his own hands. He didn't shape him. Allah shaped and molded Adam with his own hands. And also another thing, or another proof that human beings are superior over the angels is the fact that we have knowledge. Remember, guys, the angels are programmed to think and know only what Allah wants them to think and know. Remember when Allah created Adam, he asked Adam, he told Adam to tell him the names of things. Remember, the angels didn't know the names of things, but Adam did. And remember, Allah says in the Quran, and the interpretation of the meaning, are those who have knowledge equal to those who don't? The answer is no. So the simple fact that Adam could tell the angels the names of things that they didn't even know the names of, that shows Adam's superiority. That shows man's superiority too. Okay, so inshallah, I hope that none of you fall in that category of thinking that the angels are superior over us. They're not. Even though Allah has given them power that we don't have, strength that we don't have, even though they're not held accountable, even though that they do nothing but worship Allah and fulfill whatever Allah has them fulfill, we're still of a higher status. Just like when it comes to the El Hurim, and this is in regards to an email I got. We're going to talk about paradise too. There's a lot of new converts, women who are asking me about the El Hurim. The El Hurim, these are women that Allah created for the men of this world. And they are already in existence. They live in the heavens. And Allah says that every man from this world who enters paradise will have at least 2 wives, at least 2 wives, at least 2 wives from amongst the El Hurim. So every believing man from this world that enters paradise already has 2 wives there. He'll have them 2 or more in addition to what he has in this world. But are those women of a higher status than we are? The answer is no, because those women were created just like the angels to serve the purpose Allah created them to serve. We humans, we were given free will. We chose to serve the purpose that Allah created us to serve. And since we served it and did it well, we are of a higher status. So there is no reason for any woman from this world to be envious or jealous of the El Hurim. The El Hurim are of a lower status than us. The women from this world, our beauty will be more beautiful than theirs is. You understand that? I don't care what these ignorant men tell you. We will be 10 times more beautiful than they are, okay? The women from this world will live in palaces. The El Hurim will live in tents, which shows again the superiority of us over the El Hurim. And just to let you guys know, there is no jealousy. There is no hatred. There are none of those bad feelings that exist in paradise. Your husband will have you, and he will have however many wives he have amongst them. And guess what? You won't care, because there is no jealousy or hatred or a discomfort in paradise. Okay, so even these creations were created to worship Allah, and they do that without question, that does not make them of a higher status than we humans are who chose to believe in Allah. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop right here for today.